Alright, this is the explanation for the needle through arm, okay? First what we need here, so I'm going to get right to it here, we need some rubber cement, okay? I use this brand here, this Ross brand, it works pretty good, but any kind of rubber cement. What you got to do is, I already took the liberty to do it, you can probably see this little red mark here. It's red because I was screwing around with it before I went ahead and filmed this, but you take some and you brush it on there. Not too much and not too little. I mean, you know, once you practice it for a while, you'll know how much is too little and how much is too much. Because if it's too much, you can really see it. If it's too little, it's not going to do the trick right, and I'll explain to you that in a minute. But just go ahead and do a big square of that. Once you do it for a while, you'll understand how much you need to use, how much you don't have to use, things like that. So, okay, rubber cement on the arm, square, let it dry, give it a couple minutes depending on how much you put on. Next, you got this needle. If you decide to buy the trick, it comes with this needle. It's a special needle. It's like a syringe type needle. It's hollow inside, and it's got this real tiny hole. And the hole is for the blood. If you see the trick, you see blood come out, and that's where it comes out of. You fill this bulb up with the blood. Then you squeeze it, and it goes through, and it comes out that hole. So that's basically it. You can also do this trick with a paper clip. Again, whatever you want, whatever kind of needle. If you know the trick needle through the balloon, you can use that needle if you want. If you don't want to use blood effects, again, it's up to you. Whatever you want. This needle's like $30 though, so if you buy the trick, it comes out to like $30, whatever. Okay, 2 ways to get into the trick. I'll show you 2 different ways. Well, first we need this cocoa butter also, and I'll tell you why. Whichever hand the cement is on, you're going to use that hand to put the cocoa butter on. I'll tell you why. Because if you touch that rubber cement with this cocoa butter, it is not going to let you do the trick whatsoever. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, just wipe the excess off, whatever you want to do. Okay, here we go. Okay, one way you get into the trick, and I'll expose it and I'll show you. But if you want, you can, while you're doing it, you can say, okay, look, I'm going to try and stick this needle through my arm. You can, you know, pantomime it, you know, whatever kind of acting you want to do, and, you know, pretend you're putting the needle through your arm. Now, at this point here, when you're here, and I'll expose it, you come up, you have in the center, you push down, and you just, like, grab the folds of your skin, push down, and just hold that rubber cement together just for a second, and that's all it takes. And your skin will stick together. It's really cool. It looks pretty cool, see? Now, I know it looks, you know, awkward because you can see the line, but when you have the blood in there, it covers that. It actually neatly comes out through here and just drips right down your arm, so they can't see that. And at the same time, again, this is where the lube comes in effect, is you want to be able to move that needle up and down. Okay? In this case, I didn't put enough on, but you can start getting it going. Okay? All right. Now, here's another way I like to get into it. Before I do it, I'll actually do this right here, and then I'll pull the needle out. Okay, that actually looks really cool there. Okay, so now I got 2 holes already done. Okay, so what I'll do is, when I'm doing it, I can lube this up really good. Okay, again, you want this nice and lubed. This is the easiest way to get into this. Okay, and for some odd reason that little thing stays there. Okay, and again, you can use whatever you want on this lube. You can use anything. Okay, lube. Okay, you come out with the needle, and all you got to do is simply take it. Again, you pantomime it, put it through, and as long as you push it right through, it just comes right through like that. See, now you can start moving. You can just move it around. You can, and then as you're squeezing this, the blood's coming out. So again, it covers this whole gap area. So again, it's really cool, real easy to do. You just push it through, so you can move it however you want to do it. Okay. Again, I know it looks a little cheesy. I don't want to get into the blood thing because it gets all messy and it's a pain in the butt to clean up. So again, you can watch the other videos. You'll see the blood. The real cool thing about it is when the blood's out, when it's on your arm, you can actually pull that needle out, and it looks real because the blood's actually covering this whole area, and you can still see the holes, which is really, really cool. You can actually see blood coming out of here and under here, so you can imagine that. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it's informative. Needle through arm. If you want to finish the trick by showing that there's nothing wrong with your arm, you could literally take your hand and also before you do the trick, make sure you shave your arm or something, because it will hurt if there's hair. You could actually take your hand after you're done, when you pull the needle out, and just you know, again, do your acting, whatever. Ouch. If you rub really hard, give it a nice rub. Okay. With the blood in there, it lubricates the rubber cement up really well, and it'll actually, that rubber cement comes off a lot easier. And when you move your hand, you could actually show your hand empty, and this whole thing is cleaned up. But again, with that blood, it works a lot better because it lubricates that area, and all the rubber cement just comes right off. So needle through arm, practice it. Got any questions, message me. Thanks.